Hello again, YouTubers and Cardfight fans. 24/7 here again for Cardfight 24/7 with a Cardfight Vanguard box recap video brought to you by ToyGamingEmporium.com. In our last video, we opened a whole box of the new Demonic Lord Invasion set. So now we're going to, in more detail, go over some of the cards and show you the exact results of the box, like how many of each individual card we got, just so if you're looking to get a box of the set yourself, you have a better idea of what to expect when doing so. So starting off with the commons here, I'll try to show each one up close like that, so if you want to know what each one does, you can get a close-up look at it. So we've got a total of 3 Descendant Succubus. These are Dark Irregulars. Prisoner Beast times 3, so that's just a grade 1 vanilla. Poet of Darkness Amon. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 of him, a full playset. Critical Trigger for Dark Irregulars, Blitz Ritter. We got 3 of that. The Stand Trigger for Dark Irregulars, Hades Puppet Master, 3 of that. The Heal Trigger, Cursed Doctor, a full play set of that one. And then Stand Trigger, which has an ability here. When an attack hits during the battle that this unit boosted, you may Soul Charge, and if you do, return this unit to your deck and shuffle your deck. There's a lot of soul charge in that with Dark Irregulars and certain cards that require you to Soul Blast, so it works hand in hand like that. Got 3 of that one. And then on to Pale Moon, the Circus type clan. So Elephant Juggler here, grade 2. Whenever your Pale Moon is placed on a rearguard circle, you may, again, Soul Charge. So they also have a lot of soul charging. 3 of him. Hungry Clown, 3 of that one. When this unit's attack hits, if you have Pale Moon Vanguard, you may Soul Charge. And the grade 1 vanilla, Dark Metal Bacorn, 4 of that, full playset. Critical Trigger Dynamite Juggler, 3 of him. Draw Trigger, 4 of that, a full playset. Heal Trigger, 3 of those, Candy Clown. And the Draw Trigger, 4 of that. When an attack hits during the battle of this unit boosted, you may Soul Charge, and if you do, return this unit to your deck and shuffle your deck. That's the draw triggers. You can get your draw triggers back and actually use them multiple times potentially. Then on to Tachikaze, which I think is the only clan that you can now build a complete deck of that you couldn't before. I don't think there's full support for Pale Moon Dark Irregulars, but I could be mistaken. I haven't looked at them too much yet, so I'll see what decks I can put together with these after this video. So for Tachikaze here, we got 3 grade 2 Vacuum Mammoths. When another of your Tachikaze is placed on rear, you may Soul Charge. Some more Soul Charging stuff in other clans there. Savage Destroyer, another grade 2. During your turn, when another of your Tachikaze rear guards is put into the drop zone, this unit gets plus 1,000 until the end of turn. 1, 2, and 3. There are multiple cards Tachikaze that basically sacrifice other units on your side to give other guys power-ups and such, so that's why they have cards that utilize that as well. So we got grade 1 with just 5,000. Choose a card from your hand and discard it. When this unit is put into the drop zone from a rearguard circle, you may pay the cost. And if you do, search your deck for up to 1 card named Raging Dragon Sparksaurus and call it to rearguard circle and shuffle your deck. I'm not sure if that's common or wrote offhand. Oh, that's the same one that's in my hand. Adoy. So let's see. Choose a card from your hand and discard it. So he basically can revive himself in a way. Well, you search your deck for another one. So if you're playing 4 of these and this guy gets knocked out, you can go get another one. But well, I guess you use it as your sacrificer for other guys. Yeah, duh. Anyways, just 2 of him though, looks like. So that's our short print so far with just 2. All the other ones we had 3 or 4 copies of thus far. Here we got Herbivorous Dragon Brutosaurus. That is the draw trigger. Full play set of that, 4 of them. Stand Trigger Pack Dragon Tiny Rex. Just 2 of that one as well. And then the Heal Trigger, we got 3 of that. And then still got all these commons left here. Critical Trigger for Tachikaze. Only 2 of that as well. So a lot of Tachikaze we only got 2 of, looks like. When an attack hits during the battle of this unit boosted, you may Soul Charge. And if you do, return this unit to your deck and shuffle your deck. So that one has on the Critical Trigger. So each clan seems to have that or something similar to that, but on different kinds of triggers. So that's kind of interesting. Now on to Royal Paladins. Here is the grade 2 of the ride chain that is in this set, the Galahads. This is Knight of Tribulation's Galahad. Let's see. When a card named Knight of Godly Speed Galahad rides this unit, you may soul charge 2. And then the other ability, when it's the Vanguard, at the beginning of your ride phase, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, search for up to 1 card named Knight of Godly Speed Galahad from among them, ride it, and put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. And if you rode, you cannot normal ride during that ride phase. So while it gives you an extra way to ride within the ride chain, it won't give you any sort of superior ride, really, because you're still going to be on the same grade as you would be otherwise. This means you can ride each turn. So 3 of him. And we got 3 Gigantic Dozer. During your turn, if the number of Royal Paladin in your soul is 6 or more, this unit gets plus 3,000. So he can become an 11,000, a little bit more than a vanilla. Let's see. 2 Swordsman of the Blaze Palamedes, a grade 2, 8,000. When this unit attacks, if the number of grade 3 Royal Paladin Vanguards and or rear guards you have is 2 or more, this unit gets plus 3,000. So I can also become 11,000 if you have at least 2 grade 3s on the field. And then the grade 1 Galahad, Knight of Quests. So that one has the same ability basically, where you can look at the top 5 cards to find the grade 2 and ride it. Let's see, 3 Borgles, a grade 1. During your turn, if the number of Royal Paladins in your soul is 6 or more, this unit gets plus 3,000, so become 1,000 more than a vanilla at 9,000 for a grade 1. And Royal Paladins gets its 3rd critical trigger in the English version, so you can now run 12 criticals in your Royal Paladin deck if you so choose, with Alabaster Owl being the latest. Let's see. Then on to Oracle Think Tank. We got 3 Secretary Angel. When this unit attacks, if the number of Oracle Think Tank in your soul is 6 or more, draw a card, choose a card from your hand, and put it on the bottom of your deck. So you don't increase your hand size, you just filter through your hand basically with that one. And grade 2 Oracle Guardian Red Eye. When this unit's attack hits, if you have an Oracle Think Tank Vanguard, you may soul charge. So obviously there are a lot of cards in this set of all different clans that have different soul charging abilities. 3 Faithful Angels, grade 2 at 7,000. When this unit attacks, if the number of Oracle Think Tank in your soul is 6 or more, draw a card, choose a card from your hand, and put it in the bottom of your deck. So same ability as the other card we just saw a moment ago. And then the ride chain for Oracle Think Tank in this set, similar to the Royal Paladins, are the Tsukuyamis. This is the grade 1 at 7,000. If you have a ride phase, look at top 5 cards and look for the grade 2. So the same concept that the Royal Paladin ride chain has. And we got just 2 Battle Sister Vanilla. When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, if the number of Oracle Think Tank in your soul is 6 or more, this unit gets plus 5,000 until the end of that battle. So kind of like the grade 2 interceptors each clan has where it doubles, this one has a similar ability, only it's situational obviously. And then we got 2 draw triggers for Oracle Think Tank, so another draw trigger is added for Oracles. 2 Victory Makers. And on to Kagero. We got Flame Edge Dragon, 3 of him, a grade 2 at 9,000. When this unit attack hits, if you have a Kagero Vanguard, you may soul charge. And grade 1s, excuse me. When this unit attacks, if the number of rear guards your opponent has is 2 or less, this unit gets plus 3,000 until the end of that battle. Make it 9,000, better than a vanilla. So this and a couple other cards you'll see in a little bit in this video go very nice with the Dragonic Lawkeeper from Cavalry of Black Steel. I think there's basically a card for each grade that has that same ability, as we'll get to shortly here. And Kagero, like Royal Paladins, another critical trigger, so you can run 12 criticals in Kagero as well. Blu-ray Draco Kid, take that. And then Nova Grapplers gets their 4th stand trigger, I believe. So if you don't like heals or anything else, you can now run 16 stands in Nova Grapplers, I believe. So maxed out there. Cannonball, 2 of those. And then the debut, I believe, here in English of Dimension Police. 3 different commons. Here's a grade 2. When this unit attacks, if you have a Dimension Police Vanguard, your Vanguard gets plus 2,000 until the end of the turn. And that only works on the rear guards, so he cannot basically can't boost by being the Vanguard himself. So yeah, if he's your Vanguard, he's 8,000. And if he's not your Vanguard, he's a 10,000, so basically the same as a vanilla. And then the other two Dimension Police are vanillas, grade 1 8,000 and grade 0 6,000. If I remember, I don't think I got any rares or above Dimension Police, so those might be the only Dimension Police in the set. I'm not positive offhand, but I'm pretty sure. And let's see. I should save the higher rarities for last here. So now for the single rares, back to Dark Irregulars. This is Imprisoned Fallen Angel Quail. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's a grade 2 at 11,000, but it has Restraint, and you have to Soul Blast 3 to make it lose Restraint until the end of that turn. But when this unit is boosted by Dark Irregulars, it also gets plus 5,000. So if you have a grade 1 vanilla boosting it for 8,000, that's 19 plus 5. You're looking at 24,000 attacker. So quite beefy. Although it has to be the Vanguard to get that plus 5,000 boost. But still, very nice. Very strong. And then Demon of Aspiration Amon. That is a grade 2, 8,000. During your turn, the number of Dark Irregulars in your soul is 6 or more. This unit gets plus 3,000 to go to 11. Alluring Succubus. A grade 1, 7,000. When this unit is placed on Vanguard or Rearguard, if you have a Dark Irregulars Vanguard, you may Soul Charge. And then a starting Vanguard option here in Vermilion Gatekeeper. When our Dark Irregulars ride this unit, you may Soul Charge. 5,000. Bloody Calf, grade 1, 7,000. You can Counterblast for 2. When this unit is placed on Vanguard or Rearguard circle, if you have a Dark Irregulars Vanguard, you may pay the cost, and if you do, choose one of your opponent's grade 1 or less Rearguards and retire it. So, early game disruption, basically, since you can't hit higher guys anyway, but if they got a key card, like just Kagro, for example, if they're starting with Conroe, you don't want to use their ability to get a grade 1 of their choice. Those are the type of things that might be most appealing to knock out. Before Barco got banned, obviously that'd be a great thing to knock out with that, but anyways, moving on here. We got a grade 2. We're into Pale Moons now. Yeah, that was still Dark Irregulars before that. So, Pale Moons. They're grade 2 vanilla. Barking Sybaris. Got 2 of that. 1 Skull Juggler. Grade 1, 7,000. When this unit is placed anywhere. If you have a Pale Moon Vanguard, you may Soul Charge. Turquoise Beast Tamer. I don't think I got the other one of these. The grade 2 of her, it basically makes one larger image where like the background is connected. So, but did not get that, so I cannot demonstrate that just yet. So grade 1, 6,000. During your turn, if you have a card named Crimson Beast Tamer in your soul, this unit gets plus 3,000. And Hades Ringmaster is a starting Vanguard option for Pale Moon. When another Pale Moon rides this unit, you may Soul Charge. So it seems like Pale Moon and Dark Irregulars is pretty similar with all their soul charging, as they both have a lot that do it. But anyways, Tachikaze, Raging Dragon Blastosaurus, grade 3 at only 9,000. But the ability, when this unit is put in the drop zone from Rearguard circle, you may pay the cost, which is choosing a card from hand and discarding it. And if you do, search your deck for up to 1 card named Raging Dragon Blastosaurus, call it to rear, and shuffle your deck. So it's the same as that lower grade one we showed earlier. That was a common. Got 2 of him. And then I didn't read all the flavor text, but this one I think may be my favorite flavor text, so I can read the rest. This is the grade 2 vanilla for Tachikaze, so 10,000. And it's flavor text: you are food, stand still, and let me eat you. So if and when I play Tachikaze, anytime I play him on the field, I feel it would be necessary to say his flavor text. Maybe that could become a thing that everyone does, you know. When you play him on the field, Ravenous Dragon Mega Rex, you are food, stand still and let me eat you. Yeah, it seems weird I'm just doing it by myself like this, but yeah. I just think it's funny. You may not feel the same, but that's my opinion. So, oh well. And then we got Savage Warrior. 2 of him, grade 1, 6,000. During your turn, when another of your Tachikaze Rearguards is put in the drop zone, this unit gets plus 1,000 to the end of the turn. So if you do that once, he's still only at 7,000. Obviously, it can happen more than once in a turn, but still does not seem all that great, especially for a rare. We got a couple of Royal Paladins here. Toy Poogle. When this unit boosts, if the number of grade 3 Royal Paladin Vanguards and or Rearguards you have is 2 or more, this unit gets plus 3,000 until the end of battle. I think we saw a common grade 2 one, I think it was, that had the same ability basically. And then we got the new starting Vanguard option in Drangle, which is part of the ride chain. So at the beginning of your ride phase, look at top 5 cards, look for that grade 1 Galahad. So Drangle rides into the 3 Galahads, the grade 1, 2, and 3. And then Oracle Think Tank, Oracle Guardian Blue Eye. We saw Red Eye earlier. This is a grade 1, 5,000. When this unit boosts, if the number of Oracle Think Tank in your soul is 6 or more, draw a card, choose a card from your hand, and put it at the bottom of your deck. So again, does not increase your hand size, it just filters your hand. And it's obviously quite weak. And then the starting Vanguard that goes with that ride chain of the Tsukuyamis is the Godhawk Ichibiyoshi. So look at top 5 cards, yada yada yada. Circle Magus, possibly the best single rare in the set, or the most playable, or whatever, depending on what deck you're playing, obviously, though. But when this unit is placed on Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, if you have an Oracle Think Tank Vanguard, look at the top card of your deck and put that card on top of your deck. So, I forget which one it is, but one of the Battle Sisters, when you play it down, you can look at the top card and either put it back on top or the bottom. This one, you put it back on top, but there are obviously a lot of ways in Oracle Think Tank you can draw cards, so if it's not a trigger, then you know you're going to possibly go somewhat out of your way to draw that card before you do your drive checks with your Vanguard to increase your chances of it being a trigger instead of being 0% at least, since you know what the top card is at that point. And then Death Army Lady, a Nova Grappler, grade 2, 9,000. When your Vanguard's drive check reveals a grade 3 Nova Grappler, stand this unit. So another unit that has a way to stand other than from the triggers, which they, again, can outplay 16 of. Now, I know this video is getting very long. This is basically a set review it's becoming, but that's okay. So onto the double rares here. We got the Null Guard or Perfect Guard. Feel free to comment, let me know what you prefer. I've heard it both ways, Null Guard and Perfect Guard. Just while you're at this point of the video, just write a comment quick and say either Null Guard or Perfect Guard. Just curious as to what people's preference is on that. So we got, I say Null. We got the Null Guard for Dark Irregulars, March Rabbit of Nightmare Land. We got the Null Guard for Pale Moon, Hades Hypnotist. And we got the Null Guard for Tachikaze, Archbird, or Arcbird, one of the two. So 3 Null Guards in the box. Might be the only 3 in the set. I haven't looked at the full checklist just yet, or gone through it all, so it's quite possible I got all 3 different Null Guards are in the set. And then we got the grade 3 of the Galahad Ride Chain as a double rare. And his abilities are a little bit different, since obviously you don't ride beyond him. If you do not have a card named Knight of Tribulations Galahad, a card named Knight of Quest Galahad, and a card named Wrangle in your soul, this unit gets minus 2,000. So if you don't do the ride chain in full, he is a 9,000. And then the Act ability, when it's your Vanguard, you may Counterblast for 2. Now if the number of Royal Paladin in your soul is 6 or more, this unit gets plus 3,000 and plus 1 critical until end of turn. So it becomes a 14,000 with an 8,000 booster. Then you're looking at 22,000 plus Twin Drive. So not too shabby. But again, situational and can be... I'm not a fan of ride chains because they're not as consistent. You don't really have as many options, so... But anyways, that's just me. Then Kagero, Dual Axe Archdragon, or Archdragon, I forget, grade 3. And, as I was saying before, here's the grade 3 version then. When this unit attacks, if the number of rear guards your opponent has 2 or less, this unit gets plus 3,000 till the end of that battle. So another one that can go nicely with Lawkeeper. And then our triple rares. For Dark Irregulars, we got Steel Vampire, grade 3, 10,000. At the beginning of your main phase, you may Soul Charge, and this unit gets plus 2,000 to the end of turn, making him a 12,000. And then if you can pull off his Counterblast, Soul Blast there, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and put that unit on your opponent's Vanguard. At the beginning of the end phase of that turn, your opponent chooses a card from his or her hand, or chooses a card from his or her soul and rides it. So if they survive that turn, then they can basically just replace the Vanguard that got switched in with the one that was previously there. But it sounds like the one they move does not get moved back to Rearguard Circle at the end. This was used in episode early 30s, I guess it was. So if you want to see this card in action, check out the National Championship episodes, which are like in the low 30s is when this card was shown, I believe. As was Nightmare Doll Alice of Pale Moon. You may Counterblast 1 when it's on the Rearguard Circle, and put this unit into your soul. When this unit's attack hits, if you have a Pale Moon Vanguard, you may pay that cost, and if you do, choose a Pale Moon other than a card named Nightmare Doll Alice from your soul, and call it to Rearguard Circle. So that's grade 3, 10,000. And then last but not least here, we have a Tachikaze, grade 3, 10,000, Ravenous Dragon Gigarex. During your turn, when another of your Tachikaze rear guards put in the drop zone, it gets plus 1,000. So the grade 3 of that ability. So that's everything we got in our box, every single card. I'll probably get some more boxes of this set later in the week. I'll space out the uploads. I've already recorded 8 box openings for Cavalry of Black Steel. I think I've only uploaded 3 of them so far, so just getting an idea. I make them all at once when I get them, but then I space out the uploads. I got more videos recorded of all of the sets that have been released other than this one already, so I got plenty of box openings on the ready that I'll upload over time, so don't worry about me having a shortage of box openings. I got plenty more to show you guys. And singles for this set and other sets will be in stock pretty soon on toygamingemporium.com. So just keep checking back, bear with me, I'm working on it. Subscribe if you haven't. You can then get email alerts for all of our future video uploads here on Cardfight 24/7. Give us a big thumbs up for a great box recap and in-depth look at the majority of the cards in the set, other than a couple of rares and some double and triple rares, obviously, since you don't get one of each in a box. Again, check out toygamingemporium.com for your card fight and other toy and gaming needs. And if you didn't see the box opening, make sure you check that out, as I make mention in there about a possible future giveaway if that video reaches 100 likes, the thumbs up. So if you didn't see that, check it out, give it a thumbs up, and once it hits 100, I'll do some sort of giveaway, a trial deck or some booster packs or singles or in-store credit for the website, something like that. I may go, assuming I actually get stuff stocked in a good diversity of stuff, I'll probably go with in-store credit of a certain amount or something, and that way you can choose what you want out of basically anything Cardfight Vanguard English. So anyways, that'll do it for this lengthy video. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next video.